Welcome back. I wanted to come out with a quick video today as there's two announcements today that both are pretty significant, and let's see how they're going to play out. Both in their own right are going to be very significant in their area. One of them is getting a fair amount of attention today, and the other is getting almost nothing today, which I'm honestly quite surprised. Today, the Spanish Prime Minister came out today and announced that he was going to
hold platform executives legally accountable.
As you can imagine, Elon was none too happy about this, and there's a whole lot of posts under his name on Twitter with Sanchez dressed up as a Nazi leader and all these other things. And Elon is reposting those because he really likes that. He does not like this prime minister. He's calling him a totalitarian and all those good things. Anyway, yes, they're going to do the 16-year-old start for social media, but they're also doing some other really important things. And this is what Elon is mostly upset about. There's three parts to this, and I'm going to play for you. And the first part here is fairly short, but it's the one that Elon is the most upset about.
Starting next week, my government will implement the following actions. First, we will change the law in Spain to hold platform executives legally accountable for many infringements taking place on their sites. This means that CEOs of these techno platforms will face criminal liability for failing to remove illegal
criminal liability the CEOs are going to face
or hateful content. And for that, we governments need to stop turning a blind eye to the toxic content shared under their watch. Second.
So there you have it. That's the most important thing in terms of the executives. That's what's going to scare all of them. Next question is, are they going to get away with this as one country, or is this the EU going to come in and somehow force them to step down from this? Or the flip going to happen and the EU actually take this on as something that they want to do and spread out throughout the EU. If that happens, I think Elon may say, screw it, and I'm not going to have Twitter in Europe. I can't see that happening, and I can't see Zuckerberg doing it either. I mean, it's just too much of their market, and to just have America and the rest of the world without Europe, it takes way too much money. So something will probably work out here, but this is the main one that people are. It's really a shot across the bow as to just how important this one is. All right. Secondly, he goes on and talks about this.
We will turn algorithmic manipulation and amplification of illegal content into a new criminal offense. This information doesn't appear by itself.
So if you're screwing around with your algorithm and they don't like it, they're going to make it a criminal offense if you're doing certain things with it. I'll come back to that.
It is created, promoted, and spread by certain actors. We will go after them as well as after the platforms whose algorithms amplify the disinformation for profit. No more hiding behind code. No more pretending that technology is neutral. Third.
Yeah, it's not neutral, and we all know that. We all live it. There's no question. Every single one of us in the world that's on social media knows that it's not neutral. And I do think that's really important. This third one is interesting. It's not really a law that he's doing, but he's trying to reduce or at least expose how these algorithms create hate in the way they're designed. I don't think they could figure out a way to do a law around this. So it's interesting. Now let's take another listen.
Hate and polarization footprint, a system to track, quantify, and expose how digital platforms fuel division and amplified hate. For too long, hate has been treated as invisible and untraceable. But we will change that, developing a tool that will provide the basis for undertaking future penalties, because spreading hate must come at a cost.
There you go. Spreading hate must come at a cost. And I mean, not against that. I just don't know if he can get as far as he wants with this. But these are earthquake movements, all three of them. Going after the CEOs and holding them criminally responsible is pretty wild, and that is really earthquake shattering. The algorithm manipulation, I think, is fantastic. And that one I could see spreading around the world easier than the first one. And then, of course, the footprint tracking as to who's generating hate and how they're doing it, I think, is fantastic also. And I don't think that's not a law, so that can just happen. They don't need anybody's permission to create a tracking method to do that, and a reporting method. So I think all that's really fantastic. All right, moving on real quick. This one is really also an earthquake shattering move. And I put out a few videos about transitioning kids. And I don't care if trans adults want to do whatever they want to their bodies. Adults are allowed to mutilate themselves. But I don't like what's going on with the children and the removing of perfectly healthy body parts of children under 18. So many girls are getting their breasts removed between 12 and 17. It's disgusting. It's shameful. It shouldn't be happening. And I saw a report recently, and I only looked up one state and I'm not even related to the state, but Pennsylvania between 2018 and 2023 had just shy 2,900 and change girls had their breasts removed under the age of 18 in a 5-year period. And that's just one state. So you can imagine how big this is across the country, of these girls, getting medicalization at young age and then regretting it as they get older. And of course, we had that lawsuit come through on Friday where somebody won $2 million, which really is not a lot of money, because the doctors removed her breasts at 16, and the surgeon and the psychologist both were found guilty of doing improper things. Anyway, this is really, really big. We had today, for the first time, the first major medical organization come out and say, we do not believe that we should be doing any surgeries on children until they're 19, not even 18, but 19. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons said doctors should delay gender-related surgeries until the age of 19, citing, and we've been saying this for a while, insufficient evidence that the benefits outweigh the risks. Too many children do it and get hurt versus the few kids that do it and are happy with it later on. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons issued a broad recommendation against gender transition surgeries for youths, becoming the first major medical association in the U.S. to narrow its guidance on pediatric care amid a crackdown by the Trump administration. A statement sent to the group's 11,000 members and obtained by the Washington Post recommends surgeons delay gender-related chest, genital, and facial surgery until the patient is at least 19 years old. Now, fewer than 1,000 minors in the U.S. receive such surgeries every year, but I'm not sure that's true because these numbers are not matching up. So I don't know if that's actually true. But regardless of that, this is a great step. This is a great step. We're going to see this shut down, I would imagine, sometime this year. What this doesn't do is it doesn't stop anybody from still prescribing the puberty blockers and the cross-sex hormones. And that's what makes these children sterile for the rest of their lives, is when they take these cross-sex hormones. Yeah, which is just tragic. It shouldn't be happening to any of these children. That's the next step that needs to be shut down. But we're getting there. And last but not least, I just thought this was an interesting story, if nothing else. Jill Biden's ex-husband is accused of killing his current wife. William Stevenson was arrested after being indicted on charges of first-degree murder in the death of his wife in December. He was married to Dr. Bill Biden in the 1970s, so it's been a long time. The ex-husband of the former First Lady was arrested and charged with murder in the death of his current wife, Newcastle County, Delaware. Ex-husband, 77, was arrested on Monday after a grand jury indictment charged him with first-degree murder. Anyway, so he's being held in custody. Anyway, that's quite interesting. I just thought that was just a funny side note. That's really all I have to say today. I just wanted to bring these two really big announcements out to you today. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll be coming out with more short videos like this, I hope, very soon. Thanks. Please like and subscribe and share this video. It really helps us grow. We have been growing, and I really appreciate everybody that's subscribed to our channel. Every time you like, subscribe, and comment, it helps the algorithm show my videos to more people. So I really appreciate it if you would do that, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you very much.